Hey, Hope Church, Pastor Matt here. It is Saturday, May 30th. This was supposed to be my Thursday Facebook Live message, but once again, I totally missed that Thursday slot. And I realized after missing 2 Thursdays in a row, I realized a couple of things. One, that this is something that is just a great reminder for me that if it doesn't go in the calendar, it doesn't happen. So I realized I did not have the last 2 Thursdays actually in my calendar that I keep. Therefore, a reminder didn't come up to remind me. But also the second thing I realized is that we have already begun changing some of our staff rhythms, and I have been changing some of the way that I use my time as we prepare for moving back to the building coming up for not this Sunday, tomorrow, but next week. So I realized that that's part of the problem, as well as my attention is being given to some other things on Thursday that it previously was. So we are officially wrapping up this series that we have been walking through. We started back in March where Pastor Harold and I were coming to you, at least one of us coming to you every day, Monday through Friday. And then I mentioned on Tuesday that this was going to be our last week. So today, Saturday, this is our last Facebook Live in this series that we've been doing. But I look forward to continuing to do Facebook Lives, just not under the same schedule that we've been keeping. I also do want to ask your forgiveness for missing the time on Thursday. I said that I was going to do it and I didn't, and that was wrong. So I would ask that you would please forgive me for not keeping my word and keeping the Thursday Facebook message. It's been great seeing everyone posting their 5-day quiet time challenge insights and learnings. For those who started it on Monday, it wrapped up yesterday on Friday. And it was just really great seeing all the insights and things posted. We read on Wednesday was Psalm 100, Thursday Psalm 113, and then Friday, yesterday, was Psalm 121 for those who were going through the challenge with the verses that I laid out for everyone. I included Psalm 113 as one of the readings because for me, it's just a really great reminder of who God is and the place that He has in this world, and that He's so much greater and higher than we are. And I want to read you verses 1 through 5 from Psalm 113. This is going to be out of the New Living Translation. It says, "Praise the Lord. Yes, give praise, O servants of the Lord. Praise the name of the Lord. Blessed be the name of the Lord now and forever. Everywhere, from the east to the west, praise the name of the Lord. For the Lord is high above the nations. His glory is higher than the heavens. Who can be compared to the Lord our God, who is enthroned on high?" And there really is none like Him. There is no one else like the Lord our God. And you know, I was thinking back. I actually looked at the calendar, and it's been 77 days since March 15th. That was sort of the day when things really began to rapidly change for us here in this country, when things started shutting down and some of the stay-at-home orders or shelter-in-place or quarantine or whatever the different areas we're calling it. That's really when a lot of those began, was all the way back on March 15th. And it's actually been 84 days since the last worship service that we had together in our building at 1750 Beach Street. And in that whole time, since March 15th and before that, before we really knew how things were going to be moving, God has been on His throne that entire time. God is above all of this, and He's been taking care of people in the middle of this. And one of the ways that God uses to take care of people is by using His people to care for the needs of others. And our mission at Hope Church is to invite people to discover and experience God's ways. And I've been so encouraged of all of the stories and the ways that I've heard people have been caring for and helping people experience God's ways over this time, these many, many weeks that we have been not able to publicly gather and have our worship services, and you have helped people experience God's ways by the ways that you have helped them, the ways you've given, the ways you've shared, the way you've listened, and the ways that you have prayed for people. So I want to say thank you so much to everyone who really has been continuing the mission in this sort of strange time that we've been living through. Because one of the things that's true for Hope Church is true for all churches really, is that church never closed, church never shut down. We didn't stop doing the mission God gave us to do. We just had to kind of do it in some different ways that looked a little bit differently. Now, I'm not sure if you have heard or not. You probably have heard that we are going to be having our first service back in our building on June 7th. And I made a longer video where we talked about that. It was shown at the end of the message on May 24th. We also have that video posted on a page at hopechurch.com/COVID-19. So you can watch that longer video if you would like to. Tomorrow afternoon and evening, I've got a meeting with our deacon council and then a meeting with our leadership community, and I will be sharing with them the detailed plans for reopening our building. And then starting on Monday, we will begin publicly sharing those plans as well. So if you're a leader, look forward to sharing some of that with you tomorrow night. And then for everyone else, beginning Monday, we will begin sharing more details and the specifics of what things will look like. But one of the things I want you to know, I want to say this again, I want to say it multiple times, that as we're beginning to open up the building, we believe that this is the right time for us to make this decision, as we have been praying about this throughout this entire time, as we've been listening to the recommendations and the guidelines given by our local and state authorities. We will be using some of the measures and the precautions that they're recommending as we approach going back to the building. But I want you to know that if you're ready to come, if you're ready to join us in person on June 7th, I'm excited to have you, and I look forward to seeing you. At the same time, if you're not ready to come back on June 7th for any reason at all, whether it's personal health or you're just not sure yet, whatever the reason is, please feel no pressure. Please feel no judgment. Please feel no obligation to be back on June 7th. We're not going to judge people's spirituality. We're not going to judge their commitment to Christ, their commitment to Hope Church, whether or not they're there on June 7th. So we want you to be responsible. God has given you the stewardship for you and your health and your family, and we want people to make the decisions that are right and best for them and their situation. So if you are ready to come back on June 7th, I look forward to seeing you. If you're not ready to come back on June 7th, I look forward to still joining you in your living room or wherever it is that you watch services through our online church. We're not going to stop online church. In fact, we're going to be continuing online church on into the future. This is a new part of our ministry as we move forward. So I look forward to seeing you on June 7th, or continuing to see you online. And I hope to see you tomorrow online as well for our worship service that will be sharing on May 31st, that Sunday. Hope you have a great rest of your day, and we will talk to you later. Again, this is the last Facebook Live message in this series that we have been doing them. So have a great day.